In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Math Problems group in the Content tab of the Timesavers add-in. The Math Problems group allows you to quickly and easily generate math problems and add them to your slide. First, you can choose how many problems you want to generate. So the default is 5, but you can change that to anything that you want. So I'm going to change it at the moment to 20. You can make more than 20, you can make a lot more than 20. Just obviously be aware that the more you're generating, if you're generating hundreds, it's going to take a bit longer to do it. You can also see all of these different options, which I'm going to show you soon, but first I want to just quickly change the number ranges. So here I'm going to choose to have my first number as something in the range from 0 to 500. That's the first number of the math problem. And then the second number will be something in the range of 0 to 100. Okay. Then I'm going to go and have a look at my options over here. So first of all, I've got options for the thousand separator. You can choose your format if you want the math problems to be added into the form of a table or as a list in a single shape, or each one as a separate shape. You can also choose your style. So you can have it as the problem equal to a space for the answer to be written, or just problem and then an equal sign, or just the problem and then nothing. You've also got a number of different options for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems specifically over here. And then you've got an option to have the order shuffled or not shuffled. Okay, so I'm going to leave all of this as it is for now, and then I'll show you what happens with the different options. So first, I'm going to just go and click on the plus button, and that generates addition problems with these things that I have specified over here. Okay, so in this case over here, because I did not have either of these selected, it will make sure that none of these problems require regrouping. So none of them have carrying that students would have to do if they were doing this as vertical addition. And also, I don't have any reversed questions. So you won't have 2 plus 3 and then 3 plus 2, for example, in the same set of questions. So you won't have any where they are identical, just reversed. Okay, if I did want to have ones with regrouping, I can just go and select that option, and then I can click on plus again, and now you can see that there are ones where you have got like 7 and 9, so that will require regrouping, and 8 and 6 will require regrouping, and so on. Okay. Next, I want to show you what it looks like if I choose the list option instead. So what I was doing over here, so for those examples, I was doing it in a table. So this is a table over here. You can also do it as a list. So if I go and choose that, then I've got one shape over here that has the problems and one that has the solutions. Or you can choose to insert them as separate shapes like this. So then each one is its own shape, like that. Okay, then you can also choose a different style. So the ones I've been doing so far have been the first style where you've got the equal sign and then a line for them to write on. That line is made up with underscores. So just be aware, if the font you're using has the underscores slightly separate, then there will be gaps in between, like that. Okay, then I can also choose this option, like this, where you don't have that line. Or you can choose this option where you don't have the equal sign either. Then you can also choose different options that I showed you already for the different types of problems. So over here, I chose in this case that I do want to have regrouping. You can also choose to allow problems where they are reversed. So that will be more relevant. It's not as relevant when you have wide number ranges like this. But if you have small number ranges, so if I only had 0 to 5, for instance, and 0 to 5, and if I did this over here, then I would be, the problems that are reversed will not be prevented. So let me see if I can find quickly an example. Probably won't be able to see them like this, but no, I can't find them at the moment. But the problems that are reversed will be allowed. Okay, so I'll be allowed to have 5 plus 3, and I'll be allowed to have 3 plus 5 somewhere as well. Okay, now you can also choose if you want to have them shuffled or not. So I'm going to, if I choose to not have them shuffled, then it will look like this. So you'll have zeros first, and then these will go through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it'll go on to the ones and do the same thing. So the shuffled option is great if you're wanting to create an activity and you're wanting them to all be in a random order. The non-shuffled option is good if you're wanting to use these for something you want to be able to quickly and easily find the problems that fit into a specific category. So if I want to find all the problems that add up to 1, all the problems that add up to 2, or so on, and then I want to have those all grouped, then I can easily do that by having them not shuffled. Then I can easily see what is going on. Okay, so that's that option over there. So I'm just going to first remove that and then change that back to shuffle over there. Then you have these other options here as well. You can't only make addition problems, you can also make subtraction, multiplication, and division problems. So over here, I'm going to go and change this back to 500 and this back to 0 to 100 over there. And then I'm going to go and generate subtraction problems. So now for the subtraction problems, at the moment, it is set to not allow problems with regrouping. So none of these will have, in the first number over here, a digit that is lower than the same place value digit in the second number, meaning that there will not be any regrouping. With the no regrouping option, or with the regrouping option not selected, then this option isn't available, because in order to have negative numbers, you need to allow regrouping. If I do select this, then these problems will allow me to have regrouping. So like over here, you've got 3 minus 9, so that's going to require regrouping. And now I can also allow negative answers. So if I have that, then you'll see that some of these answers, actually no, I don't have any that are negative in this example because I had such a higher range over there. So I'm going to just change this so the ranges are the same, because that's going to make it much more likely to happen. Okay, so now you can see I've got some negative answers over here. Okay, which wasn't allowed before. So if I go over here and I deselect that, then none of them are going to be negative. Okay, so that's for subtraction. Then we're going to go on to our multiplication. So for multiplication, you can see over here, I've got, in this case over here, I chose to have the comma as my thousand separator. I could have had a space, which is actually what we use in South Africa as a thousand separator. So if I go over there, then I've got spaces instead of the commas. I believe some places have a full stop as a thousand separator, so that's also an option. Or you can also have no thousand separator, in which case it'll just look like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put that back to the commas like that. And that's your multiplication. Then you can also, for multiplication, choose if you want to have reversed order problems as well. So for example, 2 times 3 and 3 times 2 would be allowed if you have this selected. If you don't have it selected, then only one of them will be allowed. Okay. Then the last one is division. So for division, you're going to have questions like this. Now in this case, I have not selected this option to include remainders, which means that it will only create problems where the first number is a multiple of the second number and there will not be any remainders. If I want to allow remainders, then I just need to go over here and select that option, and then I can create again, and now you can see that I've got over here 61 divided by 6 is 10, remainder 1. Then I also just want to show you quickly that you can also have different types of number ranges over here if you want to. So for instance, if I wanted to, I don't have to have 0 to 100, I could have just 5, and then if I do this, it will just add 5 every single time. Or I could have 5s. If I add an s onto that, it will use multiples of 5 from 5 to the 10th multiple of 5, so that would be 50. So if I go over there, it'll add all multiples of 5. Or you could do that same thing, 5s, and then put in a range if you want to. So say 5 to 100. If you don't want it to only be 5 to 10 or 5 to 50, you can have 5 to 100, and then you can create your problems like that. So for your ranges like this, you can also fill them in this way, giving you a little bit more control over what type of numbers you're going to be using. So that is also an option. And that is how you use the Math Problems group in the Content tab of the Time Savers add-in. I hope that has been helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you. Goodbye.